Hey, it's Aaron, and today I want to talk about the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLC. So the GLC is Mercedes' kind of small, compact SUV. New this year, it adds a plug-in hybrid model, which is called the 350e. It's a great little kind of study in what Mercedes does right in luxury. It has a beautiful interior, excellent infotainment. Infotainment you can just talk to. You don't need to push any buttons or do anything. You can just say, hey Mercedes, and stuff starts to happen. Really well done all the way around. It drives nicely. It's just the right amount of space, but not too large in terms of its footprint. Just a lot of good things. There are some downers. Space constraints meant that when you put your phone in the little charger, the wireless charging thing, it's kind of back there and weird. The cargo space can be a little constricting, especially if you're doing like a box store run and you get a giant thing of toilet paper or something. It's going to be a little weird to try to maneuver that in there plus the rest of your stuff. But for the most part, it's what you would expect from a vehicle this size. So back seat is good. It's not great, but it's good. You can't really make it great just because, again, size of the vehicle. But it is very good for the size of the vehicle. There's a bunch of powertrain options with this. The way it works is it will be GLC, that's the model, and then some numbers. And those numbers usually are tied, or pretty much always, are tied to the powertrain, but they're not necessarily indicative of the powertrain. So the bigger the number, the bigger the powertrain. That's kind of the point here. Until you get into the AMG models, then the numbers change. So let's kind of go over it. For the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLC, you have the 300, the 350e, the AMG 43, and the AMG 63. So once you put AMG on it, the number changes from a triple digit to a 2-digit. So the GLC 300 has a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, 255 horsepower. It's rear-wheel drive by default. You can get all-wheel drive, which Mercedes calls 4MATIC. The 350e is a plug-in hybrid, so it has the same Turbo 4, tuned down a little bit, but the same Turbo 4, and it puts out a total of 313 horsepower with the electrics that are added. It has about 50-something miles. I think it's 54, 55 miles of all-electric range. And then you have the AMG models. So the 43 is a high-performance version of the 4-cylinder turbo, which puts out 416 horsepower from there. And then you have the 63, which is the plug-in hybrid version of that same performance model. So with the 63, you go all the way to 671 horsepower, which is pretty nuts considering how small this vehicle is. In my mind, that's equivalent to the 900 plus horsepower Dodge Demon. So you're talking about a ridiculously powerful vehicle at that point. So anyway, it comes pretty standard with a whole bunch of stuff, and then some of the things change when you go up in these trims. The AMG models I'll just consider those separate. I'm not even going to talk about what they come with here. Once you slap AMG on it, you're narrowing your customer base a lot because the price flies, but also that's a customer base that already knows what's going to be there. So really not a whole lot of point in talking about it. But with the GLC 300, comes with a huge amount of advanced driver's aids and safety equipment. Comes with tons of technology and accoutrement. So it's a really, really pretty, nice vehicle and very Mercedes. When you get into then you have some add-ons that add even more of that kind of stuff. And then in the 350e, It is basically exactly the same as the 300 in terms of what's included, except that it's plug-in hybrid and it is all-wheel drive by default. Otherwise, all the options packages and stuff are the same. With the AMG models that I said I wouldn't talk about, you're basically looking at the more powerful engines and the drive modes and other things that go with that, as well as a bunch of suspension changes. So yeah, again, if you're shopping in that category, you already know what AMG does to a Mercedes. So anyway, really liked this little thing. It was a lot of niceties. It just feels good to drive. It's not sluggish in any way. It's comfortable all the time. Absorbs the road beautifully. Just a really well done little SUV. Pricing is depending on what you're looking for, but you're going to start at a little over $50,000 and for the 300, and then if you get it'll cost you about $2,000 to get the all-wheel drive for that early model, and then the plug-in hybrid starts at $61,000, so it's a little pricey. But you're getting a lot more efficiency out of that, so figure it out. But anyway, yeah, and in the AMG models, you're going to be over 70 and into the 80s, depending on which one you're looking at. So, all right, I think I'm done. I really like this little thing. Mercedes makes a lot of really good vehicles, and this is definitely one of them. And it's more in their entry-level area for vehicles that you can buy. So, all right. I guess that's it. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon.